webtoons I get as ads on Instagram and YouTube. Usually it ends up well and we can have a funny laugh. Look. Funny! But I'm not laughing this time. Let's get into this review of A Man Like You, where I read 74 of the 75 chapters released as of this recording. Also, before I dive deep into this delicious sauce, there are a lot of heavy themes in this review, including the mentions of rape, abuse, and suicide. So if you are triggered by any of those topics, it would be in your best interest to leave now. Those of you who want to have the Hannah experience and read A Man Like You, like, a little spoilers ahead. So, look out.
Now let's meet our beautiful boys.
The main guy is Siwon. For now, I have nothing to say about him other than the fact that he is pretty average and he's a closeted homosexual. Next is Jinha. You probably recognize him from the trailer as arrogant, handsome, and possibly gay? Gay? And I'll leave it at that for now. Donghyun is the best friend of Siwon, who, spoiler alert, may also be a closeted homosexual. Surprise! And finally, I'm gonna butcher this really badly, Lezhin, the guy from China. And unfortunately, that's all I can share for now. I'll be back for that ass soon. Now, aren't these wonderful boys for a BL comic? Did you answer yes? Well, I have some news for you. None of these characters are pure. They are not safe from these hands. They will perish under my roaring flames. I just peed and it's so hot the toilet water boiled. I am angry. Obviously, a story makes the comic, but this one makes no sense. There are these two stones, the Fate and Envy stones, which are owned by Jinha and Luan respectively, and they are introduced in like the weirdest way. The whole plot of the comic starts because of freshman year, when during the freshman college retreat, Jinha and Siwon share a pretty saucy kiss, and Jinha, with 5 fingers up his ass, refuses to let it go. Siwon was drunk when they kissed, and when they finished their sauciness, he blacked out. The next morning, Siwon doesn't remember a thing, while Jinha still does. Siwon ignores Jinha for 3 years, because he doesn't remember a thing, and Jinha gets pretty mad, and thinks it's because Siwon is embarrassed by the whole situation, you know, with the sauce and the drip. He overhears Siwon and Donghyun talking about how nasty being gay is, and he gets really mad. So now, with 6 fingers up his ass, he uses the Fate Stone to see the person he's longing for, which is Siwon. So now you get it, right? Siwon is the mule of the entire series, despite him being a protagonist. I feel for this man, but he be acting kinda stupid. For example, months into him and Jinha's relationship, he denies the fact that their hangouts are dates. Yes, I understand this character is struggling to figure out his sexuality, but bruh, y'all got the 5-star steaks and the expensive luxury wines. And you're telling me, oh no, we're just friends. We're just chilling. You want that dumb shit.
His hair, whack. His gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His foot stance, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
Unfortunately, a common trope in yaoi work is where one of the dudes forces himself upon the other. Surprise, surprise, a guy like you, or a man like you, whatever, does the same thing. Like, there's a bunch of times where Jian forcefully kisses Siwon, and they always try to devil's tango. And then Siwon is always like, I'm not ready. I don't want to do it yet. This, that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And this goofy man's Jian would always beat the shit out of someone, including Donghyun, solely because he was the jealous one.
Oh, you stink!
But Donghyun did talk some major smack, not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna portray him as the perfect angel. The opposite of angel would definitely be Lezhin. The man is a literal scumbag, and that's just putting it lightly. I have some words about this guy, okay? Although he looks like a nice, clean guy.
I see the type of person you are.
Lezhin manipulated Siwon and Jinha, and even sexually harassed Siwon in the dreamland.
Dream a dreamy little bleep.
And in real life, he blackmailed both Siwon and Jinha, kidnapped and drugged Donghyun for days. Bill Cosby'd Siwon.
April Fool!
Did you do to my ring?
Kidnapped Siwon and took him out of Korea to fucking China. And on his own private island with no way out. The list can go on for Lezhin Run, but I'd rather not. However, despite all this, Siwon fights back, but only when it's he seems to forget all of this and is like, Lezhin Run really hitting it though. Oh my god. I'm not a kink shamer. I don't kink shame, but
really, nigga?
out of anything you could have chose, you chose. That's the one. That's the one you pointed at and said, this is the one. I'm trying this. Weird flex, but okay. Lezhin Run is a character who has you around his fingers. When the character is at their weakest point, he strikes. He meets Jinha after his dad forces him to move to China after Mama Kang commits suicide. Jinha, not speaking a lick of Chinese, meets Lezhin, who happens to speak Korean. The two instantly become friends, but obviously Lezhin has other intentions, and it shows when the characters grow older. Would you look at that? Fake. He tries to get with Siwon after him and Jinha get in a big fat argument over something about being gay or some shit. I think Siwon contracted chlamydia and then gave it to Jinha, but I can't be too certain. I don't think that was actually part of the book, but
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
yeah, sorry, okay.
And he definitely can't skate transition.
Donghyun, though, I do not understand the point of making him gay. Because as far as I can tell, the only guy he seems to like in this series is Siwon.
Bitch, you got me fucked up. You can suck my left nut.
Just like any other guy. I think we all like Siwon. If Donghyun was just a straight ally, the story would not be changed. His whole arc where he was fighting with Jinha, the whole time where he was having beef with Siwon would be unchanged. In my opinion, that's what I think. I think Donghyun was gay to increase the beef with him and Jinha as potential love rivals. But that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for... And then Lezhin Run comes in. Honestly, I would have preferred having Donghyun and Jinha be love rivals than that piece of shit, Lezhin. So, that was an experience. Like all romances, it was corny, but how they handled the romance is just plain awful. Reading the whole series made me sick to my stomach. After finishing it, I felt like I chugged 6 gallons of rancid milk and sat out in the blistering Arizona suns for days. Yeah. It left a nasty taste in my mouth after I finished. And I can't say that about a lot of things. Y'all could say, yeah, cool, shut up, it's just a comic. And yeah, it is. But there are a bunch of horny teenagers who have probably never been in a real relationship before, seeing this and thinking, ugh, I wish I had a man like Jinha. Goals. Which isn't healthy, because he can be loving at times, yeah, I guess. But he also caused Siwon so much mental distress. He basically, in a nutshell, said, Siwon, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. And bitches out here like, oh, goals! So yeah, that's how I'm ending this. A 2 out of 5 rating from me. I felt no attachment to any of the characters, and I hated basically all of them. Especially that little piece of trash, Lezhin Run. Ooh, baby, if I was a fictional character, full fists. It's not a hate crime, because gays fight gays. Thank you. Next. Also, before I leave, here's a funny joke. A guy like you be like...